Hello, welcome back to my channel, and today we're revisiting Dead Space Remake. Now obviously this game came out roughly a year ago, and it's a complete overhaul of a cult classic, Dead Space, from good old 2008. Now, what does this remake actually entails? Upgraded textures, ray traced ambient occlusion, and everything else just is visually overhauled, including the sound design. Now, let's talk about the requirements first, because this is gonna be good. The minimum requirements to run the Dead Space remake is as follows: Core i5 8600 or Ryzen 5 2600X, GTX 1070, and that's pretty much all there is. Now, when it comes to recommended requirements, the CPU should be i5 11th gen or Ryzen 5 5600X, with the GPU being RTX 2070 or Radeon RX 6700. So here's the thing, when it comes to these requirements, and to be fair, I already done a run of this game back in the day in 4K with 3070 Ti and i5 96K, and it went as well as you might imagine. It wasn't exactly hitting 60 FPS without using DLSS, and this is one of those games where it really hates if you change settings on the fly. It's simply not catching up with the settings applied, and the best case scenario is it's gonna work better or apply the settings after you restart the game. So I cranked this game out before I started this video for the simple reason I don't want to do it on the fly, because I know that there is this particular issue, and well, it's been around ever since the game came out. There's no patches, no updates, nothing for this game at all. So let's have a look at the settings first. First and foremost, obviously we're going with a 2K native, which is, well, just 2K native really. No vertical sync there. Going back, we are using with ultra preset, but it's going to be set on custom for the simple reason we need to enable ray traced ambient occlusion, which is the ray traced reflections and everything else when it comes to it. Now, granted, even the devs actually puts it in that disabling ray tracing can improve performance at the expense of lighting quality, and to be fair, this game looks so vastly different from the main game of Dead Space that you really need to play fully maxed out to actually appreciate it. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing here. And yeah, MSI upper left, we do have i9 99K and 4070 Ti running this. We're going to start a new game just for the, I guess, continuum, and let's just start with easy, and we'll have a look how the intro looks like, how the shuttle crash looks like, what frames we're getting, and how it all looks. So this is ray tracing technically enabled, even though it's ray traced ambient occlusion. It's not exactly full-blown ray tracing, so we'll just see how it looks and runs, and yeah, hopefully it's gonna be a good one.
I could talk to you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about everything. I just wish I could talk to someone. It's all falling apart here. I can't believe what's happening. Strange. Such a little thing.
That's her. Nicole?
Yeah. First deferred from her in weeks.
We're 5 minutes out. You still got that thing on repeat? Guess you really miss her.
Fishermer is not a job you turn down, but 6 months apart with only vid calls. It's rough. Easy to say the wrong thing.
I don't blame you. I'd listen to my girlfriend over Hammond reciting security protocols.
Forewarned is forearmed, Miss Daniels.
So you keep saying.
Here we go. Nice clean re-entry. Aegis 7.
Imagine 6 months staring at that chunk of rock.
To an independent miner, that's paradise. Aegis 7 is one of the richest finds in CEC history. Some prospecting team set up for life. Now where is she?
There. Confirming visual contact with USG Ishimura.
What a beauty. Biggest planet cracker in her class, you know. and it looks like they already popped the cork.
Why is it so dark? We should be able to see our running lights.
Yeah. I'll get us into hailing range. Someone's got to be waiting up for us.
Just be careful on the approach. I'm not taking any chances with the CEC's pride and joy.
No chances, huh? Is that why you were digging into my personnel files before we left?
Did you check your file access?
I'm a computer analyst. Comes with the job.
I ran standard CEC background checks, Miss Daniels. If you want to work in the big leagues, you have to play ball.
Sir, we're in hailing range. USG Ishimura. This is the emergency maintenance team of the USG Kelly, responding to your distress call. Come in, Ishimura. Ishimura, do you copy? Come in. This is the USG Kelly.
You ever hear of a full communications black on one of these things?
Never. Come on. Someone pick up the damn phone.
The hell is that?
Sounds like their communication array is busted. Maybe a broken encoder. Daniels and I can handle it in 48 hours, max.
Hey, that gives you plenty of time to catch up with Nicole.
Yeah, I hope so.
Jen, Johnston, take us in.
Gravity tethers engaged. Automated docking. Let's go.
I'm losing control.
We're off course! Daniel!
Guidance system override isn't responding.
Shit, we're coming in too high. It's gonna smash us into the hull. Jen, aim for that emergency stabilizer. There, the blue light. It might slow us down.
Got it. Drop the flash shield. Everyone break yourself. Everyone okay?
I'm good.
I'll live. Johnston, all right.
It's my ankle. Might be broken.
Shit. But better than a broken neck. Or worse. Good call on the stabilizer, Isaac.
Gotta always read the manual.
What the fuck's going on with flight control? That guidance system's a death trap.
Better add it to your repair list. Jen, what's our damage?
Comms are down. We lost a port booster. Got a fire in one of the stabilizers and... Singularity core's a mess. Could be worse, but not by much.
Then let's get some help. Johnston, stay with the Kellyan. We'll send a medic. Everyone else, with me.
Right, so here we are, and what do we see? Actual game is about to start in 3, 2, 1. Almost nailed it. Right, so we're pulling 8.5 gigs of video memory allocated, 9.1 gigs of RAM, we're roughly around 70-ish frames. And to be fair, well, this looks way more fancy than back in the day. Let's walk out on a dock and see what we get.
Standard procedure, Miss Daniels.
The volumetric fog, the particle effects. Look at all the shiny thing Isaac has got now.
Start that landing.
Look at all of this.
You gotta see her in one piece.
Johnson might disagree.
Now, granted, when it comes to Dead Space, it's kinda relatively easy-ish to make it look good, because you are pretty much stuck over Isaac's shoulder. So, same as in God of War, it's a third-person game, so it's not exactly like an FPS title that you can be flicking around, which eventually you will, but that's down the main, I guess, game's plotline. Overall, the ambience has changed. To be fair, if I did a side-by-side of this game, you would not recognize the original Dead Space and the remake, because the remake looks completely differently. And to be fair, it's kinda a good thing, I guess, for the simple reason Dead Space has got a very special place in people's hearts, considering being one of the first actually horror games out there. Well, I'm using this term very loosely, but in general it did show what a true sci-fi space horror could be. Obviously we ended up with Dead Space 2 and 3, but it is how it is.
Location error. Employee not found.
So yeah.
I can't reach security.
Same for the chief engineer. What is wrong with their comms?
Oh, the game is looking way more lively now. I'm not sure if this is the ray traced ambient occlusion, but
Someone left in a hurry.
the light scattering is actually kind of cool. You can see this little
Where's the security?
dimly lit
Where's anybody?
overhead lamps and
There's nothing logged.
kind of like the haze from all the monitors.
The elevator.
It's kind of nice though.
That security console's still working. Isaac, get a damage report. I'm done playing around.
Something on the floor here. Seth?
Isaac, I need that damage report.
Oh God, that smell.
What have you got, Isaac?
Shit.
Let's see how these guys are about to be lit up by the necromorphs.
Half the Ishimura's in the red. Engines, hull, the trams.
Could do that kind of damage to a planet cracker.
Okay, got some power. Ventilation's up. Power to the elevator should be...
Hazardous anomaly detected. Quarantine activated.
Another malfunction?
No. The quarantine systems are all fine.
Oh, wait. Do you hear that?
Yeah, I hear it.
Hammond?
Take it easy. Daniels, get those elevators running.
There's something in here with us.
Daniels, get the doors open!
Get out of there!
How cool. Now, obviously we're not gonna stand around here. We're gonna run straight to the point where we have to go, because obviously this is essentially just a set piece, so let's just go for a little jog here. The performance is actually mostly good, to be fair. There was a little of stutter here and there when the level is loading in, but outside of that, I mean, look at this. We're fully splashed with necromorph blood and it's kinda slowly trickling down. I mean, attention to detail is actually there. Now, for those who are not in the know, the elevator rides in Dead Space is essentially level loading, so I would expect a little bit of a hiccup here and there when we transition between the actual levels, but as for now, let's just get the plasma cutter first, and we'll go from there. That should also unlock the stump so we can collect the box, and we'll see how this goes. Oh, the plasma cutter definitely looks way better than before. Okay. Yeah, I would say if this game launched in this state, I think all of us would be very, very scared and traumatized back in the day. You can just skip it, so you don't waste the plasma shot. But yeah, the overall ambience of the game is definitely much darker than before. Kinda puts life on Earth in perspective, should I say.
Oh my God, Isaac, you made it.
Just... they're everywhere. Shen, is he,
He's gone. Nothing I can do. What the fuck are these things?
The ones I saw, some of them were wearing Ishimura uniforms.
They're the crew? How the hell can they be the crew? Look at them.
We need to get to the bridge. There's 1,000 people on board. Someone will be there.
We can't. The tram system's wrecked. Everything's locked down because of the quarantine.
And you're both repair techs. So how do we do this?
There's a broken tram car blocking the tunnel. It's gridlocked the system. And the data board's burned out. I can't lift the lockdown or call the tram until we get a spare from the maintenance bay. But it's all on Isaac's side of a quarantine.
I'll handle it. Just make sure there's power to the repair systems.
And Isaac,
Yeah?
I'm sure Nicole's okay. She's a doctor, right? She'll do the smart thing.
Yeah. Yeah, she always does. Find somewhere safe. I'll be back soon.
Right, let's get a quick save in here. For the simple reason you will be saving in this game anyway, and I don't want to bank on my memory for the game for the simple reason it was not exactly sure where we're going. Also, let's get onto plasma. I thought it's gonna be the node. Right. And we need a stasis module for this. Well, they definitely did work on the sound design here.
Isaac, don't bother shooting those fuckers in the head. Doesn't even slow them down.
Okay. The only way is hacking them apart. Those arms, their legs.
Does that even kill them? Or do they just stop moving?
Message retrieved.
Vents into engineering. You got a stasis module handy? We need one in tram maintenance stat. The autoloader's fried. I got a damaged tram car on the tracks, and if the whole system's gridlocked, guess who they're calling? Temple here, sending a stasis module now. The autoloader. No idea. A lot of shit's been breaking down. I keep hearing things. Down to the ears where no one could be. You know? I know.
Yeah, well, can't really... you cannot really recognize this place, like... I think we needed to run the power for this, if I don't...
Repair systems online. Loading system reinitialized.
We should have some company very soon, so just making sure we're fully locked and loaded.
Autoloader malfunction. Please contact a repair technician. Right loader claw disengaged.
You got it. The tram was jamming the whole system.
That's one down. You said a data board was fried too?
Inventory says there's a spare board in the maintenance bay. We can't run the trams without it.
Right, well, to be fair, the game does look good, but I wouldn't want to say that it runs. It feels a little bit janky though. Now, looking at the frame time, it is kind of between 8 and 12-ish, but it kind of feels a little bit slower. Now, as you can see, the GPU is actually almost nearly maxed out, 9900%. We're still pulling 8.8 gigs, 9.6 of RAM, and we're at 100 frames, but it kind of does feel a little bit slow. Not by much, but just enough. Yeah, overall it's actually pretty decent. Now, out of curiosity, let me just disable the ambient occlusion back to something different, see if that changes. And oh yes, does that make a difference? Look at this. We're all the way up to like 100, even 50 here. And look at the frame time. It has gone down to like 7 milliseconds, give or take. So I guess that ambient occlusion using ray traced implementation is kind of slowing down something. But oh yeah, this is definitely way better. I wouldn't want to say it was worse before, but the game just feels a little bit faster somehow, you know, a bit more responsive. Even though the frame rate is still pretty much unchanged, it's just, it is how it is, really. So yeah, anyway. I think you guys kind of seen enough, and I would want to say that with ray tracing it does look a bit better. But then again, it runs a little bit better without. It's just facts, you know, I'm not making stuff up. I could say that I could make stuff up and say, oh no, it's all fine, but as you know, my channel does not really hide stuff. I don't like to make stuff up. But yeah, overall, feels and plays fantastic. Use ray tracing as per your own preferences, I would want to say, and yeah, just enjoy. This game is currently on sale on Steam, so you could actually grab yourself a bargain, specifically if you are a fan of previous, well, or the OG Dead Space, should I say. And I need to reroute the power. But yeah, anyhow, that's all I have for you guys today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Over and out.